In this video, I will be rating your builds in Theme Park Tycoon 2. So over on my Discord, I asked you guys to submit your builds, and well, we will be looking at them and giving them a 1 to 5 star rating. So let's just get straight into this. The first one is from Need No Name 69. He says he has a nightmare castle. It's a jumper ride. Alright, well, let's load in the ID. And here it is, and oh my god, this is a big castle. Let's place this down. So now this looks like it was made for Halloween. We are a few months later now. Alright, let's have a look. Oh my god, there's sea fighting in the ground. I think I should have maybe removed the crown. But it is indeed a jumper inside of this castle, which actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, for the rest, there's not too much to look at. Of course, the jumper ride is in here. I do like that there's like a skill at the top. This is basically it. I will be giving this a 2.5 star rating. Alright, on to the next build, which is from Endothermic, and he says it's a Cessna 172 with banner. I have actually like zero idea of what it is, but here is the ID. Let me also load this one in. Alright, here we go. It's a plane. Okay, I was not expecting that, but oh, this actually looks really cool. I think with this banner you can probably just put on something yourself. Of course, there's quite some letter kits you can use, so you can actually like place this in your park, like advertise something. That's actually really cool. Yeah, the plane itself, this is extremely like good. Like, it is super difficult to make like smooth shapes inside of this game, especially this. It looks really good. All right, well, for the rest, there's not too much to look at. It's a plane. You can of course recolor it. So I'm going to give this a 3-star rating. All right, on to the next build, which is the first roller coaster of this video. It's made by Roller Coaster Guy Theming Obsess. It's a Geslauer Family Lounge Boomerang. Now that's quite a big name for a roller coaster, so let's load it in. Alright, here it is. There's not too much around it, so well, let's just have a look at the POV. So we're actually lounging backwards first, which is very nice. We are actually going up this spike. Of course, you cannot really see that in the POV, and I guess then we are indeed just going to be lounging forward again. And this is actually a very nice coaster. Of course it has nothing around it, but that does mean you can decorate it yourself. But there's not too much I can sadly rate about this. It is very smooth. I do kind of like that. There's multiple loungers in there. It does feel very Geslauer. I do have to agree with that. And then of course you do the same exactly backwards. There's not much for me to say that's bad about that. Of course, there's sadly no decoration with it, so that will like remove some stars. So I think a 2.5 star rating for this little roller coaster I think is very nice. Okay, next build. And the next build is from Azure, and I actually have no idea what this is. Okay, I might have to explain what this is. So he's saying this is drop tower seats, which they are. It's from this Intamin drop tower. There's quite a few of in real life, and I guess he has like one of these in his park and he just copied over one of the trains. Yeah, very nice. He even has like the seat balls. Again, not too much for me to like rate about that. The tower itself is not really here. I guess you can kind of just make that yourself if you want to. It's a custom ride then. Yeah, there's not much I can rate sadly, so I'm going to give this a 2-star rating. Alright, thank you so much for submitting, and let's go to the next one. And that one is from Gooodbyeee. He's saying it's a new gen Vekoma roller coaster. Okay, I am very curious about that. That's one big roller coaster. Oh god. Alright, wow, this actually looks really good. Okay, well, both the supports are loading in. Let's have a look at the POV. But we first, of course, have to go up the chain lift, which we now have done. So we are going down this drop. That's very much like indeed a Vekoma drop. We have a very nice inversion here into straight another inversion. This so far is really smooth. Like, just look. This is really good. I do have to say that. Alright, well, let's go into the sideways airtime hill. I really like that. Vekoma just really is like these like very smooth, well calculated elements and inversions. They just feel like they are perfect, which as you can kind of see, they are also in this roller coaster. So I am so far really liking this roller coaster. This is actually something I would love to have in my park. Alright, well then we have, I think, one of the final turns, a little bit of an overbanked turn. That is very nice. I think into actually another inversion, and then I think into the final turn that will lead us into the brakes. That is one solid layout. That is really good. There is actually nothing I can say bad about this. Of course, I would have liked to see at least maybe the station like being going downwards, but maybe there's another blueprint I don't know about. So I am actually going to give this, I would say, those little things. So I'm going to say a 4.5 star rating I'm going to give this. Some minor things that I think you could have improved onto this blueprint, but for the rest, this is one hell of a roller coaster. Alright, thank you so much. Let's go to the next build. And the next blueprint is made by Posumestari1. He's saying it's dinosaurs and they were made over, well, almost 2 years ago at this point. This, actually, for 2 years ago, this looks really good, guys. This is something I would not be able to make today, which is kind of crazy. So let's have a look. There's always some very unique methods with how they use to build stuff. Like you have the nails at the bottom are done with pickaxes because of the item limit and stuff like that. But this looks simple, but it also looks very, very nice. These are still definitely some dinos you can use apart. I definitely like the green one more. The face of this, the expression looks very angry. This one looks a little bit, hello, I am here. And this one's like, hello, I'm here. Why did I do that? Well, we have 2 dinos here. I think for the combined set, 2 very nice dinos. I'm going to give this a 3.5 star rating. Alright, on to the next build, which is built with the mini river rapids and is from Olaf. So I am actually very curious what this is. And this actually looks like a no game pass river rapid, and that's very impressive, actually. I always love when people use the tactic with, well, just having like a primitive and then using another primitive on top of that. It just looks really good, especially without any game passes, which I'm pretty sure this is. Now, I am not going to write this whole thing, so it's going to take a little bit, but I'm surprised how much you were able to like get in here. Sadly, we are of course not able to place any like props or nature on top of, well, primitives. It has to be on terrain. Terrain, of course, cannot be in blueprints, so that is always a little bit sad, but this still looks really good. I love the water effects here. There's still a little campfire in here. There's still quite some decent decoration around here, and even like some nighttime lighting. This is a very nice no game pass blueprint, especially for like the mini river rapid. All right, I am actually happily surprised by this one. So I know how difficult it is to build sometimes with no game passes. So I'm going to give this a 4-star rating. Alright, that's it. Let's go to the next build. Alright, the next one is then from TM Dragon Slayer Silent Death. That's an interesting name. Let's load this thing in. I'm not sure what it exactly is. It is with the multi-launch, so it's a, my god, it's a big roller coaster. I am seeing multiple launches, drop and lift track. Okay, well, let's have a look at this POV. We are actually starting off with a lift that is pointing downwards. That's interesting, and then we just go up, and then I'm not really sure what the point is. Maybe it otherwise wouldn't have made it towards the first launch, I guess. Some of these turns are a little curious and maybe a little overbanked, but yeah, let's have a look. Here we go with the first launch. From what I can see so far is that some of the turns are maybe a little too much banked and some are not banked enough, but for the rest, so far it's not too bad. It's quite smooth, actually. That was indeed a little okay, I'm not really sure what to think of those turns. Those are, I would say, interesting. Okay, let me sort of explain what is happening here. What you're doing is you're already turning the coaster to the right before you have gone to the right. So you turn and then like you go the other way, which then you sort of create like this weird effect where it's like you go bloom bloom, which you of course don't really want to have in this roller coaster. That launch is very quick, but I guess that's because you want to go all the way up here. There's some weird parts about this roller coaster, but yeah, before you turn to the right or to the left, you have to first angle the coaster to the left and then angle to the right. It's very weird, but that's kind of how you make the smoothest roller coasters. We are going very quick through this. Yeah, there's not much I can say about that. The brakes are very interesting. The end of the roller coaster. I am going to give this a 1.5 star rating. The layout is still quite nice. There's definitely some small improvements which you can do with, well, some of these turns. So thank you so much for your submission. Let's go to the last build of this video, which is made by Devra. He's saying it's an Emperor's Angel Warhammer. It's done with the Wild Mouse Legacy. So let's load it in. And okay, here we go. Ooh, it is a big robot. This actually looks very cool, I have to say. Here it is. Oh my god. I have no idea what this exactly is. I don't know if it's a game or a movie or whatever it is. Oh, he even has a sword in his hand. I like the little thing that he's standing on. That looks very cool. Yeah, this is so difficult to make. Like, I don't understand how this is possible with the item limit. Like, if I make something like this, it just doesn't let me. So this is very cool. I know how difficult it is to make these things inside this game. So I'm going to give this a 3.5 star rating. Alright, and that's it for this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe on my channel. If you want to submit your build, the link to my Discord is in the description. I will be rating your build eventually once I've come to it. There's a lot of builds that I still have to rate. So if you enjoyed this, let me know if you want to see more of these videos. So guys, I want to thank you, and I will say, as always, goodbye.